Hey friends, it's Rabbi Jenny Solomon here to share with you a mincha moment, a moment for centering and regrouping this afternoon, maybe even a prayerful moment as you take a break or whenever you find this message. So we find ourselves in this week of Parashat Lekh, lekha. Very famous, of course, Torah portion towards the very beginning of the Torah, when God says to Avram, so Avraham is first known as Avram, Lekh lekha, go forth to a land that I will show you. And interestingly, in the Hebrew, there is this very peculiar way in which this command is phrased. It says Lekh. It could just say Lekh, go. But instead it says Lekh lekha, literally go to yourself. So for thousands of years, commentators have wondered, what is this lekha part? What is this second part? What does this additional word serve in terms of meaning or ways of understanding this command? And one interpretation is that it actually means Lekh lekha. Lekha means into yourself or towards yourself. So I find this particularly poignant at a time when we really cannot go very far. In fact, that traveling is but a dream. That at times when we can't go far, all the more reason to journey into ourselves. Not for ourselves necessarily, but into ourselves for the sake of something greater. So this journey, of course, that Avram goes on, a journey that is told over the course of the Torah, is not only a journey that happened once long ago, it's a journey that each one of us takes. And it's a journey that leads us again and again home to the heart, if we are willing and engaged to endeavor. Another interpretation is that lekha, go, lekha, is for yourself, for your benefit, for your good. And so when God commands Avram to Lekh lekha, to go out, it is for Avram's good. It is for a blessing, and which is literally what it says at the end of several verses at the beginning of the Torah portion, to be a blessing. And in this, I really hear a message about doing and taking that journey for oneself. Again, not in a selfish way, but being guided by what feels good. And again, I don't mean this in sort of a hedonistic sense or just a pleasure-seeking sense, but in the sense that part of ourselves that knows what is good for us, that knows what feels good, that knows what feels right, and that the direction of our journey, part of how we know that we're being led to a land that God will show us, is in that quality of knowing that we are aligned, that our good is aligned, that our benefit is aligned with that destination. So two possible interpretations of this seemingly extraneous word, lekha, from the commandment, Lekh lekha, in this week's Torah portion. So I hope and pray that this week, wherever you are, however you're journeying, that you might remember that the divine wish for each one of us is that the journey not only be out there in the world towards something greater, but that it implies that we may need to also journey inward. And also that journey inward be one which is guided by something that is for ourselves, not only for our own sake, but because our own sake is inextricably connected to what is for the greater good out there in the world. So stay tuned. I'll share one more interpretation on this famous verse on Thursday. I look forward to being with you. Wishing everyone a good afternoon, a good week.